So like I said, I decided to do the both PNC and AFC press conferences separate. The one I wanted to highlight, um, MP Ganesh Mahipal made a very important statement coming down to the last of his presentation. He's saying that the people of Guyana, that's his words, they are seeing mounting evidence of corruption from the PPP, and he's predicting that come 2025 elections, possibly in November, the people are going to vote out the PPP, and the PNC coalition will take over the next government. The MP, Mahipal, was saying that when the coalition was in power, the opposition, they had a seat at the table to overlook what was going on with the tender board. In his words, the opposition PPP, they had oversight and they could have criticized and reported what they noticed and observed in the tender board. He claims that the Tipui group, with its principal Guyanese critic, should not have been awarded the contract for the pump station at Bellvue. I think that contract is $800 something million. And further, he said that the Tipui group was awarded a second contract. I think that contract is just over $600 something million. So according to the MP, he alleges that those contracts were awarded because of the corruption that he says that is going on in the government. And he blasts the governance affairs minister, Gail Teixeira, for trying to defend ongoing corruption, according to the MP. And so he's predicting that the people of Guyana, they're going to vote out the PPP because of corruption, and the PNC coalition will be the next government. 2025, you will have a listen.
Just to name one example, the tender board, and I've been saying that umpteen times. When we were in government, the tender board had oversight from the opposition. When we were in government, the PPP had members on every single tender board in the respective regions. So there was oversight by the opposition, and the opposition could have spoken at length about corruption if they wanted with their evidence. They had none. But we have several evidence to support corruption at a different level under the People's Progressive Party. Look at the Tipui contract, the Bellvue contract for the pump station. We see the state it's in right now. That, what's his name, Mikhail Rodriguez, should have never been given the contract in the first place. The Public Procurement Commission established that. The Public Procurement Commission did their investigation and showed that not a single criteria, but I shouldn't say not a single, majority of the criteria were not met. So how did he get the contract? Is that not corruption? It showed also he was awarded another contract, $668 million at Hope to develop a housing area. Nothing has begun there as yet. Just the overburden in terms of the trees were cleared, but nothing else. And when you look at the other lots that are controlled by other areas, that they're doing their work. Is that not corruption? There's several other contractors that are complaining about not about being the lowest, most responsive, but not being awarded the contracts. And then when you see and hear of the names of the people who are awarded the contracts, you see in photographs how they're pomposetting with people like Deodat Indar, Priya Manichan, and Bishop Edgil all over the place. You're forced to ask yourself the question, where is the transparency and accountability that Gail has been speaking about? Corruption in Guyana is ripe. And in the 2025 elections, the people will vote out the PPP, and we will pick the corruption and bury it where it rightfully deserves to go, at the Lara Pentier Cemetery.